think I'm ready.
Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Vic.
And you're watching METS
Met in Florida.
How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
So, heard any good rumors lately?
I don't know. I'm following. I haven't lately.
What could we possibly talk about?
I don't know.
Oh.
It's like a dead news day. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I did hear something about he's kind of I guess he's a baseball player. I think last name
like an up and comer.
Yeah, it's an up and comer,
Yeah.
23-year-old, yeah.
Oh, he's still a baby.
Yeah.
He mustn't have much time in yet.
No.
I mean, what are they saying about him?
They said he has the potential to be great.
He has the potential to be great.
He has the potential to be great. That's
but
what
you know how those things go. That could go either,
never a sure thing with these young players.
No.
Which brings us to what we're gonna talk about.
And it's funny how we're never in these situations ever. So
right.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. And the, I know we're going to talk more about the draft tomorrow, but that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
Just the chain of events that have happened.
Yeah. I don't think, and like I said, we'll talk about the draft on another video, but I don't think it has anything to do with this at all.
Probably not.
I think you take the best player regardless.
Oh no, and the one we did get was the best overall, it's good to have some insurance there on that regard. But I do know even though we'll talk more about it tomorrow, we did have I'm hearing a lot of good reviews about our draft.
I have too.
Yeah, so that's good. So getting into what's happening right now, I know there's only like 4 teams that are the most likely candidates, and I can easily see where we're the favorites in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think you never count out the Dodgers because Dodgers can do anything, and they have a lot of money coming off the books as well.
They do.
So there's a potential there. I think the Yankees, of course, are always going to be there. The only thing is with the Yankees, I don't know if they have that much money coming. I know they have some money coming off the books, but I think it's going to get in the position of they get Soto, goodbye Judge.
Yes.
Which then means the Mets will swoop in because there's no way. I feel like we're going to get one of these two.
I think we have to, and honestly, I feel like Soto's ours to have.
I feel like it too. My only thing I'm thinking about is it a sign? Is it a trade and sign scenario? Because I don't want to have them just for 2 years. If we're making this is all in, similar to Lindor. That we have to have a talk. You have to have some kind of parameters with Scott Boras and say, okay, we'll hit the 500, not an issue. Let's talk about years, and we're not going to drag this out. We wanted to have it done now. I guess we could we can put the power play on because it's like, hey, if he signs with another team, you're not going to have us, to bid.
Yeah, no, I think we kind of made that kind of like with the whole Kumar Rocker situation that happened last year.
Right, exactly.
Crazy. And he did get drafted high this time. Best of luck to him. But as far as, I think you're right. And, you saw the video yesterday where the player himself, he talked about how he has good numbers at Citi Field. So he's pretty much putting it out there, and he did have a tweet, I think a year ago, kind of hinted at that.
Yeah.
But, granted,
still,
you could go to any one of those 4 teams. But,
it's still a strange situation.
It is strange.
About Soto. Remember when we were going to sign his brother? And everybody was saying, and all of a sudden he talked his brother out of signing with us and signing with the Nationals.
You feel like
what was that about?
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to interpret that.
It's like, did he not want his brother maybe to have his own identity maybe and go with the Nationals?
Like protecting him almost.
Right. Or did he really think that there was a chance he stay there? So,
I mean, either way, it's not a bad reason. I mean,
we've seen that Boras does, he has had contracts with the excuse me, the existing team, like the Nationals with Strasburg.
yeah,
The only thing I don't remember if Strasburg was signed during the exclusive window, or did he actually get out there and then he re-signed? I don't remember the scenario, but most of the time they end up overpaying to re-sign. So it's never, instead of a hometown discount, you usually pay more than if he was out there. It was kind of a weird scenario.
it is very weird, but in this case,
so
once in a generational.
he is.
I mean, like I said, I'd hate to part with Alvarez or Beatty. I'd pretty much give them anything else and take on whatever money they would want. But I hate to part. It may have to have, but I'm going to explain. I know we were talking off air. You and I both have good reason as to why we might want to pull the trigger. So what was the reason you were saying?
The reason I was thinking about was, okay, number one, he's 23 years old. By the time the guy's really established himself, you have to think of Alvarez, Beatty. Not all the times they come out and are like Julio Rodriguez or Soto himself. They might take a year or two to really get themselves going. So we're looking at 22, 23. He's already 23 and established himself as the elite hitter. So it's like the guesswork is out, right? You look at the numbers, it's like, it's incredible what he can do.
And
then I look at it as well, you're looking to acquire someone who is going to be a Hall of Famer.
He's on that pace.
He's on the pace to be a Hall of Famer going in as a New York Met.
That's what it would. That's what would. And he's already got a ring under his belt.
Yeah.
And he's
now,
got
I'm not like
maturity.
A lot of things that I've heard. Give them everything they want. No, that's not a deal. That's not how you deal.
That's why I still want to be careful. But it is. It's a high risk, high reward. It's a semi-high risk depending on what we give up, but the rewards could be really high. Like even this year, he's batting 250, yes, but he's still got an OPS of 900.
Right.
He's still got over 20 home runs, and he doesn't get pitched to.
And he got more walks than strikeouts.
Yes, that's what I'm talking. His his on base is like what, 400?
Right. I mean, I think and we talked about this off air. It pains me to give up Alvarez and Beatty.
Yeah, just those two.
Especially since they're starting to
blossom.
You know, Alvarez, I have no doubt is going to be a slugger. And Beatty is now growing into the power that he had originally, got away from it. He was hitting high average. Now he's kind of found his middle ground. With high average and high average and power. And then I look at it, I said, well, we don't have an heir apparent at third base if Beatty is gone.
That's what concerns me a little.
Yeah, we have nothing unless they switch somebody in the minor.
Unless you put McNeil there.
Yeah, he hasn't really played that well. I think you're going to have to sprinkle. If we're looking to keep our stars, you're going to have to sprinkle young players in there. You can't carry a $350 million.
No, I don't want all veterans.
Because it kind of limits you going forward. So, and there's something nice about seeing a homegrown talent blossom for your team.
That's why I'm hoping, I almost feel like at worst case, I'd be willing to give them one, but I have a hard time giving them both.
Yeah, I don't want to give them both. I was like, you can have it's too bad.
And here's the funny thing, we could take so much money off their hands.
Yes.
Honestly.
And I think
we're willing to do that.
I think we're the one team that can do it.
That's why I feel like in a lot of ways we are the favorites. I mean, the Yankees, I know they talk about, but with the Stanton situation, the Judge situation, they already have like an overcrowded situation in a way.
Right.
And I can't see the Yankees not keeping Judge. I mean, to me, it would be a bad look if the Yankees don't keep Judge. Let's put it that way. So, as I got now my reasons for doing this move. My brother, and I got to give credit to my brother. I don't know where he heard it, but he makes a very good point. Yes, we have this vision of sustained success, and Soto would be part of that, no doubt. But we have, you talk about Hall of Famers,
Right.
where we have Max and we have Jake
Yep.
for the next 2 to 3 years minimum, very
Yep.
short window.
Yep.
And you almost want to take advantage of
I
that.
agree. I agree.
So the current contract Soto's on now is the same time that Jake and Max are pretty much going to be here.
Right.
You know, whatever we do with Jake, we'll see. But I think he's sticking around. But the point
I've
is,
heard
Max
this-
at least.
I've
You want
heard
to take
that
advantage
argument.
of this.
I've heard that argument, and it's a good one because
So
yeah,
someone did
because
say it before.
we got these guys under, and this is a time to strike.
Yeah.
Things.
These
can
are the
change
3
in
guys
3
that would
years.
be on the cover of the yearbook.
Right. Exactly. And then
You know what I'm saying?
we don't know at the end of 3 years is if Max still wants to pitch. We can always resign him if he's still being productive. If not, hey, that's $43 million going to 2 pitchers. Or whoever is available there.
Yeah.
I think you have to look at the system. You have to look at, can we find another third baseman through trade or draft, or someone in our system that we can potentially look as the future third baseman, or a catcher. Now that we have Parada after we sign him, there's not a guarantee. I also heard about him potentially moving out of that position.
And I hear I didn't realize how good he was touted. He was really highly touted.
Right. So, he could be the catcher. He could be in another position. You keep them both. It could be a revolving DH between him and Alvarez if you keep him.
Maybe he's the one you put at third base.
I was thinking of that. If he's athletic enough to do it, maybe,
Got the arm.
Right. Exactly. So that's the thing. You have to do like, okay, do we have an heir apparent at catcher? Nope. We got nothing. Yeah. We got, McCann for another, 3 years?
Not 2.
2 years. Okay. 2 years and Nito. They can do but they're a glaring hole in that lineup.
Do you think this is where you now consider making a move for Contreras?
No.
Still don't do it, right? It still complicates
I still don't do it.
things.
No, we got to save those pieces for the impact, because getting Soto is better than any person out there.
Yeah.
Basically he goes to the outfield. Guess who's your DH? Canna. Sometimes Marte, sometimes Soto. You are set there.
And you made a good point off air a couple days ago about as much as we love him, like he could be insurance for Nimmo if Nimmo doesn't stick around.
Who?
Like by having Soto in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
You're not going to have Nimmo. If things don't work out with Nimmo,
Right.
as much as we love him.
Yeah, and he's a center fielder. Yeah. Yeah. There's a good chance he stay there, and maybe Canna gets traded at the end.
Oh,
of
you
the year.
move Marte to center and you keep Soto in right field.
I might, but again, you have to look. Who do we have in the system to take over? It's too bad we don't have Pete Crow Armstrong anymore.
Oh,
Because if we did, here's a double thing. Either he's involved in this trade, or he's a center fielder.
yeah.
Or the
Can't
other.
go wrong either way.
Right. So you're set, but that saves one of the other guys. And like we talked about, I'll give them, apart from all the players, of course, Alvarez or Beatty, but I'm not doing both, because then you got 2 glaring holes with no way of really replacing them cheaply. There's no way. We don't have anything in the
No.
system. So, Mauricio is in that package. One of our
Matt Allen might be in that package.
Vientos will be in that package.
Vientos,
I don't know about Matt Allen, because they might not want him because he's coming back from
Tommy John.
yeah. So we have other ones. So I'm working through the top 10 and then off the top 10, and
Maybe even Alex Ramirez.
I think I would have to. Yeah, I would do that, because it would be kind of set,
Cenk Mangum, I know he's hurting, but he might be up there.
That's another guy. Yeah.
We have some
Yeah.
guys. That's the
We
thing.
have
People don't
some
realize
guys,
we
yeah.
have names.
Yeah, we have guys who could play that position, even if they're not great.
Right.
And then even with Soto in there, I am assuming we tried to maybe include Dom in there or JD as an extra body in
Those are
there.
the only two. Yeah. And they are
Yeah.
major league ready in some
Right. I
ways.
mean, because remember, we still have to save something for relievers. We haven't touched the relievers yet.
No.
So we still have to save something. So maybe one goes in that deal.
And then the
Maybe
other
not.
goes for a reliever.
Right. Or they just do a prospect. And I heard different names, you know. Do you take a chance and put in a McGill?
You
in this
know,
deal?
I thought of that. You might have to. I thought of that last night. Maybe he would be in there.
It was like, if he's in there, you take something out, you know, because who knows where they want to go with this. If we have to take on Corbin's contract to lessen what we have to give, it's great. We do have a problem when we have him because we are essentially having a pitcher who we don't even want to use, who's making a lot of money. Because it's like, I heard he's come out of the bullpen, essentially be a lefty specialist that you're paying $25 million to. So it's not like there's no problem.
And how long is his contract again? 2 years?
I think he has 2 more years. And then remember, we still
Might
have
have to
another
bite the
debt
bullet.
contract. We still have another debt contract that we're paying for next year, and Cano's.
We still have to pay that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
true.
basically, it's gonna be $45 million doing nothing. You know, maybe we can fix Corbin, maybe.
And
But
Corbin is a local kid. You never know. Playing home again might help him.
maybe, I mean.
Silly as that
it might
sounds.
help. Yeah, I mean, it might work that way. But I think they have to really think about, you know, Parada. Can he be that catcher that we can give up Alvarez?
How old is
Yeah.
Parada now? 18?
Oh, no, he's a college kid.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah, so
Oh, no,
he's
he's
gotta be
older.
like, yeah, he's
Like
older.
20.
He's probably 20 or 21.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you
Yeah.
go. So he
Yeah.
may be here sooner than you think.
Exactly. He could be here, but is he? I've heard mixed things that he might have to move off that position, or he might be able to stick. It's one of those things. But the same things have been said about Alvarez. The problem with Alvarez is he doesn't project to be anything other than a catcher or first baseman.
And not a spectacular one at that defensively. He would just be
Like,
high average.
right. Which is then, if we kept him, there is a chance there we can have both essentially backing each other up in the catching department and DH. So there is a chance there. So we have to see. I mean, either way, it's going to look very different. And we got Soto in. I would assume that Dom and JD are going, and any deal might not be this one, but they're going to be going in some deal for a reliever or so. And we can afford to do that. Give them a hitter for a reliever. It doesn't matter. I think that's pretty fair.
It's funny how you and I were thinking, and it feels blasphemous in a way because we love the kid, but you and I were both thinking about McGill. That still amazes me how you might have to do that.
You might have to do that, but you look at him, it's like, yeah, he's great. But hey.
And then someone else was like, oh, the Nationals aren't going to want any major leaguers. And I'm like, we have some major league pieces that are affordable for them that would help them.
Exactly.
At
least it wasn't like that ridiculous report. I don't know what he was smoking, what he was doing.
You mean John Heyman?
Yes.
I can't believe he said. You sure he didn't mean Alvarez?
No, he said Alonso. He goes, when discussing, you have to talk about Alonso. It's like, how does that make the Mets
By the way,
better?
Can we have a moment of silence for Pete Alonso not getting the three-peat?
Okay.
Okay.
And done.
Dang, man. But hey, you saw the tweets though, right? The picture, a future Met won the home run derby this year.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a sign.
Maybe. That would be great. That would be something else.
Anyway. Yeah.
But it's kind of weird though, having Marte so in there with Soto.
And so did Edwin Diaz.
Yes.
Diaz was shaking hands with Scott Boras. I'm like, they're starting. They're already starting.
Yeah.
I love it.
But isn't Diaz's agent?
I think he might be both. I think I could be wrong. I have to look that up now.
We know he's Soto, but I
Well, the
think
point is,
Diaz got him too.
well, that's what makes it interesting. It's like we're just being aggressive. We're not even. It's like we have no shame. We're just.
And Boris is also
Alonso did it
Jake's,
too, huh?
Boris is also Jake's, right?
Yeah,
He switched to Jake, didn't he? Jake switched.
I think.
He might
I
have
gotta look
switched.
that up now.
Because I remember he switched agents. I thought it was Boris.
Let's see. I'll tell you right now. Doesn't say it is. Jeff Berry.
Oh no, okay. I
Yeah,
thought it was Boris. Okay, but
I think you'd know right away if it was
I knew
Boris.
he switched agents, but I didn't.
No,
I
but
thought it was
Taiwan Walker did.
Taiwan Walker one. That's right, Boris. That's it. So it's like I said, I think they have to really think about it. I was like, okay, do we we can't go 2 more years with this catching tandem. We
No,
can't. It doesn't work. It's like you're gonna have one light hitting catcher, but you can't have two.
no.
Because essentially, who's the backup? They both don't
Which
hit.
one?
Yeah, they both don't hit. You just got one guy making little and one guy making a lot. Now, I did also hear that didn't Tom Nito have to get an MRI about something? I heard there was a lingering injury.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like a little quick blurb I saw. So I don't.
When?
I don't remember-
Yesterday?
2 days ago. 2 days ago. So I
gotta
don't
look
know
that
if
up now. I don't know.
I'm not sure if it's anything major or just a precautionary thing. I didn't think it was major, but I'm like, okay, if he goes, who is going to be the catcher? Come on. Hello.
Yeah.
Bring up
Yeah, it said it came
Alvarez.
back clean, whatever it was. Forearm.
It was forearm?
5 minutes ago, they posted it. Yeah.
Okay, see, then it was.
So he's okay. But
So he's
still,
okay.
he's not the starter.
Yeah. So there it is, because I would love to see Alvarez in this lineup with Soto. I mean, we talk about lengthening this lineup.
It would be ridiculous.
Yes.
It would be obscene.
And the thing is like, that'd be the perfect situation for him to come in, as not looked at as the savior or he doesn't even have to come in as the next, like the star or anything, because even though everybody's been waiting for him, it was like, we got Soto,
Yeah.
plus everybody else that we already have, so.
I think if anyone can get creative, we can.
Yeah.
And I hope they stick to their guns and say we don't. Yeah,
Now,
as I'm talking with you now, I'm realizing it might make, even though it would hurt. You're right. We don't have an heir apparent at third base, but we, one, but not both. I mean, I think they can do it.
See, the
They
thing is, a
really-
lot of people are not talking about, which I don't even know, aside from Alvarez being the top prospect, and they're trying to sell that, the Nationals were selling that to their fans, they already have a catcher who's really good.
You were telling me that, yeah. So what
Who
do
they got
want?
from the Dodgers.
So what do they
So
want?
Why would they want Alvarez?
Oh, I remember who it is. We saw him, and I think he did some damage against
He did
us.
some damage.
Was it last year?
Yeah, this year.
Earlier this year. He was good.
He's a good catcher. So I'm
He's
like,
a good hitter too.
which I'm like, everybody keeps talking to Alvarez. Yeah, but what are you gonna do with Alvarez? You're gonna be faced the same situation that we are with Parada.
Yeah.
I was like, you're
No,
gonna trade him
right.
off?
That makes me feel better.
And I don't want him to go there and then they trade him off somewhere else, like to the Yankees or whoever, one of our, I don't want that. Either he's going to be there and we have to deal with it, but I don't want him to go.
Oh boy.
So it's like
You almost feel like then if the Nationals ask for Alvarez, it's almost being spiteful.
yeah, I mean, looking at it, I'm sure they're going to try. The Mets are going to try to keep him as best they can, and you're going to have to choose between him and Beatty, and which one do you think? And they're both really good, and then you have to ask yourself.
So maybe on the.
You have to ask
I'm gonna
yourself
cut you
now.
off. What was that?
You know how they talk about Soto being a generational talent?
Yeah.
Well, you have to look at it as, okay, can we come up with another heavy hitting catcher anytime soon. We've never developed one like this. It's the first time in our existence. We've had good catchers.
Because Parada isn't even like that, is he?
Yeah, and I mean, we got Piazza. Piazza we didn't develop.
No.
We got him in a trade, but to develop, you have to think, okay, even if you don't
I mean,
develop,
Todd Hundley, but that was later.
right? How many great catches are even out there? None, and even coming down the pike,
So
So
it is amazing.
so it's really
Well, here's
You
what
have
I'm
to
asking.
check.
Like you say, you don't think it has anything to do with it. And you're probably right at face value. Getting Parada is not really, but I can't imagine that there wasn't a small thought in the back of their minds.
oh, I'm sure.
Maybe
I'm
after
sure.
effect, like
I'm
this is
sure.
good insurance in case we have to do this.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it
Not the
was.
forefront, but back
Right.
here. Like,
The power say, hey, he's the best hitter available, and the plus, he's a catcher.
I didn't realize how well he was. Matter of fact, he was picked to go higher than he did.
Yes, and he dropped. Well, that's
Top 10.
we
7, I
thank
think.
we thank Coomer for that.
See, it all worked out.
Yep.
We helped
Yep,
ourselves.
because him going number 3 shocked the hell out of me.
I couldn't believe he made the top 10.
And as soon as he did that, I went, yes, we're going to get somebody from the top 10. As soon as that happened, I knew it. I said, we're going to have somebody. And I kept hearing names, Green might be dropping and whatnot, but I didn't hear about Parada. And then all of a sudden I was like, wow, we got him.
And we
That's
got some good names in there. Wardy, shout out to him, was saying he was very happy with the draft. We'll get more into that tomorrow, but
yeah,
we made some steals apparently.
Yeah.
So it all worked out.
We'll definitely get into that. And
Yeah.
so here we come to the end here. So yay or nay?
Conditional. Like I said, I'm all for it if we don't have to, even at the worst, I'm all for it as long as we don't give up both.
I'm in agreement.
How do you
with
feel about that?
I'm all for it as long as we don't give up both of our top guys.
Right. If you
can
have to
have one.
swallow, right.
Yeah, you can't have both. You can have one.
You have to take a hit, we'll take a hit, but
if we can get a deal, even if it's like a 6-for-1, and we don't have to give up those two, I'll do it. Now, if we get that, and then we say, hey, guess what? What if we take this contract? Maybe we make it a 5-for-1.
Right.
And keep the top
we always used to talk about, and most teams talk about money coming off the books. But in our situation, how much money are we putting into the books?
Exactly.
We're the only ones, I think, that could do that.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
It's so weird.
Exactly. So hopefully we start hearing some more information that's reliable.
Just to be in this conversation is exciting.
It is.
It's wild.
But you know what?
It's wild.
If he doesn't come into us, let him go to Texas or Minnesota or somewhere out there. Not somewhere else.
And again, worst case scenario, that doesn't mean in 2 years he won't.
Right.
Especially if we have won a championship by then.
Yeah.
Then we're definitely, I think, looking even better. But I would love to have him with Jake and Max, though. I do.
I would love to see that.
Oh my God.
I would love to see him batting third, Pete behind him.
The triumvirate. Yeah. Oh God.
And dare I say Alvarez behind Pete. That would be very
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So all this time we wanted to watch the National thinking it was going to be Josh Bell.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild. Yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. And I guess we'll shoot this up again tomorrow, and we'll talk about the draft.
Yeah, we'll talk about the draft and any rumors that pop up.
Yeah. See if any of our guys do anything tonight in the All-Star game. You never know.
Yeah. No,
I know Jeff's starting second baseman.
Yeah. And they have a new rule that if it's tied, they go with the home run derby.
Is that real? That was real, right?
That's real.
Oh my God. That's wild. It's like a shootout.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
so
buddy.
On that note, again, thanks for everything, Vic. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. Thanks for everybody for watching.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go Mets.
Like and subscribe. Thank you all.
See you next time.
See you next there. Take care. Bye.